I told my cheating wife to leave our home. She died 30 minutes later. I'm here today to unburden my soul and tell a story that's been eating me alive for quite some time. Maybe it'll help someone. Maybe it'll just give me a bit of solace, a place to channel my guilt and regret. Either way, it needs to be out there in the universe instead of rattling around in my skull. Let's start with the easy part. I love my wife. We met during college, both of us bright-eyed and eager to face the world. We married young, just after graduation, and welcomed our two beautiful children, Lily and Max, into the world soon after. Over time, life got complicated. Our connection began to fray as we dealt with the pressures of raising kids, paying bills, holding down jobs. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't my fault. It just happened. We stopped talking about dreams and started talking about schedules, stopped whispering sweet nothings, and started bickering about chores. Then one day, I found a text on her phone, a message from someone named Mark. It wasn't the content that scared me. It was the tone, intimate, emotional, different from anything we had shared in months. I knew it then. My wife was having an affair. My world came crashing down, and in that moment, I let my rage guide my actions. I confronted her, demanding explanations, blaming her for our drifting apart. The look in her eyes was a mix of fear, guilt, and something else I couldn't decipher. But in that moment, my heart hardened. I ordered her to leave, to take her things and go. She begged, pleaded, and cried. It was an ugly scene, but I was unyielding. I watched her get into her car, her face streaked with tears. She barely had time to look back before I shut the door. I didn't want to see the regret in her eyes. Just 3 miles from our home, she lost control of the car. The road was winding, slick with rain. Her sobbing probably blurred her vision. Her car crashed into a tree. By the time I received the call and got to the hospital, she was gone. I arrived 2 minutes too late. The doctor said she had died just before my arrival. The only words she spoke were my name and our children's names over and over until she could not speak anymore and passed. There was nothing anyone could have done. As I listened to him speak, I felt a deep emptiness gnawing at my soul. I had sent her away, right into the arms of death. The guilt was overwhelming and the regret was crushing. I could have reacted differently, spoken softly, tried to understand. But I didn't. Now she was gone, and I was left with 2 broken children in a home filled with echoes of her laughter, her smell, her presence. My children needed me, but I was lost, swimming in the ocean of remorse. Lily, at 10, was the first to notice. She hugged me one night, her small body trembling against mine. "Daddy, I miss Mommy, but we have each other, right?" Her words, so innocent and wise, were a slap to my face. I had to step up for them. So I began the slow journey of picking up the pieces, of learning how to be a single dad, of explaining to Lily and Max why Mommy wasn't coming back. It was the most challenging thing I've ever done, and every day was a battle against my guilt, my loss, and the sheer pain of living without her. In the quiet nights, when the kids are asleep, I sit alone, staring at our old pictures, running my fingers over the cold glass that's now the only barrier between me and her smile. Every night I whisper apologies to her, asking for forgiveness for that fateful day, for not being able to say goodbye, for not being a better husband to her while she was alive. Now, every day is a fight to keep her memory alive for our children while battling the guilt that threatens to consume me. It's a fight to forgive myself, to somehow make up for the mistakes I made. I'm learning how to braid Lily's hair the way her mother used to, how to answer Max's endless questions about the world, learning how to cook their favorite meals, how to comfort them when they have nightmares, how to be both mother and father to them. It's a steep learning curve, and I falter more often than not, but I'm trying. I'm trying because that's what she would have wanted me to do. Despite everything, I'm learning to appreciate the small victories. Lily's laughter when we bake cookies together, Max's proud grin when he reads a new word, the shared stories over dinner, the shared silence when we visit her grave. We're healing, slowly but surely, but there are days when the guilt threatens to drown me. Days when the kids do something new, and I wish she was there to see it. Days when they ask why Mommy had to leave, and I have no answer. Days when I miss her so much that it physically hurts. Yet, I must press on. For them, for her, and perhaps, in some way, for myself. I know I made mistakes. I know I handled things poorly and reacted in the worst possible way, and I have to live with the consequences of those choices. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from this story, it's the importance of communication, of forgiveness, of understanding. Life is unpredictable. It's short and cruel and sweet and beautiful all at the same time. Don't let anger guide you. Don't make irreversible decisions in the heat of the moment. Cherish what you have while you have it. Now, as I navigate this life without her, I try to remember the good times, the love we shared. I'm trying to be the best father I can be, to raise our children to be kind, to be understanding, to be forgiving. It's what she would have wanted. Every day, I live with guilt, with regret. But every day, I also live with the love I had for her, the love I still have. And that's what keeps me going. That's what gives me the strength to face each new day. The pain never really goes away, but I guess it does get easier to carry. I share this story not for sympathy, but as a plea to everyone reading, cherish your loved ones, communicate, forgive. Don't let guilt be the memory you carry. I hope my story can help someone out there. And maybe, just maybe, writing this all down can help me too. To bear the guilt, to honor her memory, and to raise our children to be the wonderful human beings she would have wanted them to be. Thanks for reading. Cherish the love you have. It's the only thing that really matters. I cannot even imagine going through this. I don't even know what to say. What are your thoughts? When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.